What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Christian Kuntz Podcast. I'm here with my dogs, Vinny Candelore and Trey Tipton.
What's good?
We got Uncle Swing, Tiger Hood with the camera as always. Happy birthday to you, belated birthday. I see you got a fresh cut finally. We got Jesse behind the boards. We're joined by another dog himself, Boston Globe legend. Boston Globe's a newspaper, right?
Yeah. Boston Globe.
Pat Freiermuth. Back for part two. How's it feel to be asked to come back for part two?
Man, it's a blessing.
He was bragging. He was bragging about it today in the facility.
I was.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling everybody, "I'm going back on the podcast." He's kind of being a dick about it.
That's great word of mouth. We appreciate that.
No, it was good. What have you been? I saw you were at the Four Nations game. How was that?
Sweet. That was sweet.
I didn't even ask
I
you
went to
about
the
that.
USA versus Sweden game.
They beat them
That's correct.
4-1, 5-1.
No, Sweden won 4-2, I think.
Oh,
But it was
wow.
the game before they played Canada for the championship, so it was good.
Where was that at?
TD Garden in Boston. So I took Jill, me, her little cousin, and my brother and his fiance.
Were you sitting on the glass?
Oh yeah, So Kachuk had a big hit. I think it was Brady Kachuk had
He's
a big
great.
hit. Yeah, it was. Dude, they play with heart now. Like for like an All-Star break, like that was
Dude,
sweet.
that was the
what I like
best
to hear.
event ever.
Oh yeah, it was sweet. And Brady Kachuk had a big hit on the glass right in front of me, so I was getting hyped. And then a couple of my phone started blowing up about like, oh, I just saw you on TV and stuff. I freaking love. So I DM'd him the clip after, and we were DMing back and forth. It was sweet.
Yeah, those Four Nation game. Imagine if they did that with football.
Oh
I
man,
mean, we couldn't
Oh,
obviously.
couldn't, but like that was so cool to see. Like, I mean, they had the most viewership for NHL for the whole season. I'm pretty sure with that.
I
So
hope-
that was awesome.
I hope the NBA takes that and does a world versus the
That'd be
U.S.
smart, yeah.
No, that'd be sweet.
because that'll be very serious.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
And the hockey, I mean, they were like, they were fighting. The first game against USA Canada, like
Incredible.
what,
you can't tell me you didn't feel like a real American when they fight, though. Like I was like, let's
Yeah.
go USA. I don't even like hockey.
Yeah, dude, that was
It's the only
actually
part
one
I
of the-
likes about hockey.
And they got all the best talent out there too. So it's like you got everyone.
yeah. That's why hockey. I know PK Subban went on, and he went on again the other day.
Yeah.
And kind of bashed NBA players because the NBA All-Star game was going on the same weekend, and they had millions of less views than the NHL did. Their
know that,
their
yeah.
All-Star weekend was trash.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah.
were what? They were like, there was 180 points scored. They were like,
NBA's falling off right now.
Yeah.
Although I still love the Celtics now.
Celtics is like that. I
Well,
like the
we're-
Celtics.
We're in a playoff.
I'm a
playoff
little-
grind right now. Playoff push right now.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're going to make it out of the East with
yeah,
Cleveland.
they are.
Cleveland's like that this year, though.
No, Cleveland's tough.
They're
I hate
tough.
saying that, but
Cleveland's good.
Cleveland's good, but I think Boston's gonna.
Who do you think's coming out of the West?
Dude, imagine how sick it would be if it was the Lakers and Celtics.
I think it's
That'd be so
close.
sick.
I think it's close.
Like,
It could
I don't
happen.
think
Dude,
though.
I'm telling you, like, it all depends on like the West is so good. I mean, like the play-in tournaments, like what,
Yeah.
40 and 32 or something like that. Like,
Yeah, they're-
there's legit teams. Like in the East, they'd be top 5.
Yeah,
So
guaranteed.
it all depends. I think it all depends on who the Lakers get.
OKC. Who's the West?
goes
OKC,
OKC, and then-
Denver.
Denver's not number 2. LA might be number 2 or 3.
Houston's 2.
Houston's
I was
2.
about to say Houston's coming through the ranks.
Houston's
I
tough.
like Houston right now.
Dylan Brooks in Houston.
You said Dylan Brooks.
I
Of
don't
all the
know
people you
who's
can say on
Dylan.
that team, you said Dylan Brooks.
Dude, he's a villain, and I respect his game. And
That's what Christian tries to be.
I used when I played hoops, I was Dylan Brooks. Like annoying. Remember when Lance Stevenson was blown in LeBron's
Yeah,
ear?
yeah.
That's the shit I used to do.
That's what he tries to do still. No.
It works.
He's the biggest shit talker on the sideline.
I calm down. I've told these guys I've calmed down because I've learned my lesson. The more shit you talk, especially as a long snapper, you get
Oh the funnest is when like we're like in team meeting on like
Oh.
special teams Thursday, and like Coach T would put up the punt rush team, and like they attack the long snapper, and we just know Christian's getting bullied that week. But he stands his ground. But he'll know when a clip pops up. He's like, "Fuck."
What's the funniest one you've seen so far?
The funnest is when like he runs down. And he gets like juked or like tries to make a tackle, he just dives, and like Coach T would just be like,
be an athlete.
"Be an athlete." It's hysterical.
It's funny.
Wait, you had double-digit tackles this year, no?
Dude, if I had double-digit tackles,
Close. What'd you have?
Come on, no idea.
5, 6.
I
There was a
was
stretch where you were going back to back to back games.
last year. No, not last year. 2 years ago, I had a stretch early on where I was like hot. I was red hot.
Yeah, but you were hot this year too, weren't you?
No, I was ice cold. I couldn't.
Were you?
I had like
Because we
three.
got dogs on the punt.
We
got
do.
Killebrew,
We-
Connor.
Dirty Red.
Dirty Red.
Skowronek,
Skowronek.
JP. Like, our punt team
our
was
punt team's
legit.
good.
Dogs,
So do
dude.
you not go to make the tackle because they're next to you? Because you see if they hit me too, this is a lot of work. Like, this is a lot of problems. I get it because I would do the same thing.
You
but-
just redirect, right?
He's tru-
Like
well,
you,
he's
you do
trusting-
the
yeah,
redirect.
He's trusting
His
his
lanes.
leverage, his lanes.
Yeah.
He's trusting it. So he can just go right to
Honestly, sometimes it is a business decision, especially.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I mean, dude, especially in the preseason. Like in the preseason, like these dudes we're flying. We're flying
the
around.
preseason. What about like December? Like, what are you talking about? The playoffs?
Well, I'm
Like, what?
saying like there's more opportunity in the preseason for a long snapper to make tackles because it's 6 box.
Right.
No one's rushing and no one's touching the long snapper. You're getting dumped at the line, but like you're not. There's no 8 bucks. So in preseason, you're running free down there.
What team bullies you the most?
I'm not saying that on here. No.
No, I'm saying like what team attacks you the most? Like there's like I know what teams that like scheme around. Like what teams?
I don't know. Like our whole division
Yeah.
is probably the hardest games on teams for every snapper. Like any division game you play against, like you can watch. Even if you watch the Giants play against the Eagles, you know that they're pulling out their best rushes because they know more about anybody than
Right.
any other team. So it's probably the division games, and we have a history with obviously every team, and Cincinnati and me had a rough relationship
that's
early
right. That's
on.
true.
I mean,
What was that last year or 2 years ago? 2 years
2
ago.
years ago,
Let's talk
and
about it.
then,
Go ahead.
3 years ago, there was just like times where
They would attack.
they would
him,
kill
man.
me, dude. They were
They
trying
would
to kill
attack
me.
him.
Yeah,
Like fights. Like it was sick.
like they'll always have like a guy
That's made just for you.
that's made just
Yeah,
and
tease
he's
off on him.
Yeah, to tease off, and like he's super explosive at the line. Like Clay Johnston, he was a linebacker, white dude, like explosive as hell, dude. He would me up, like he would just me up as soon as I snapped, and like it was just a thing. Like Cincinnati's well coached. Like
It's because you're a threat,
Coach
dude.
Simmons.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
What kind of threat am I? I'm not a threat
GP
anymore.
He said that out. That wasn't him. That was him.
Yeah, you're a dick.
What did I do? Your GPS scores are going through the roof. I've been training with you. Like
See, I was gonna gas you up today too because we did legs.
How we
and
do?
Well, this dude's like, I mean, I've used the ref for built like a brick shithouse. He puts 225 on with the bands. He's doing single leg lunges, like
225 single leg.
with bands and yeah.
That's that Penn State trainer.
yeah,
Okay, makes sense. I heard a lot of crazy things about Penn State's training, so
man.
that's why I can
legit.
say that makes sense.
Legit.
You know
Boy,
what I mean?
Davon got a job with the Texans.
He
Yes.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
Strength coach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just told me that the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah, that's a big dude.
We played college football with him at West Lib.
Oh really?
Coach D, yeah. Him and
Shout
Vinny.
out Davon.
They came into
Congrats,
school
dude.
together.
Wow, congrats. That's a big
Hey,
time
get him on
huge.
to talk about it.
Great dude.
That'd be a good
Great
coach.
dude, man. Great dude. Probably honestly, Christian, if I'm being
know him
real,
too,
you
just
would
from-
Yeah,
definitely
just from being around.
you definitely want him on, bro. Like in terms of like just a good dude. Like
Yeah.
if you see him around anytime,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
you know it's him.
He's always walking around the field with a vest on. He's
Big
He
as
reminds
shit.
me of
Yeah.
DY, honestly.
He
Like,
does.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Those are the last people that you want to like with.
Oh, for
those,
sure.
Those
Oh,
dudes
yeah,
that are
dude.
built
No
like
neck,
that.
because you can't knock him out.
No, no.
He does have no neck.
I love him, Coach D. I love you.
Yeah,
but
shout
you
out
ain't got
to
no
him.
neck.
What you looking forward to getting back now? I feel like
I am.
off seasons like gets to a point where I'm like, all right, dude, I've been in the facility now for
Yeah.
3 months, seeing the same people. I'm about ready to get these new faces in.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. We got some new guys coming in. I'm excited, and yeah, it'll be good to get back with the guys. And I mean, you need the time off, but it's almost like
You ready?
you're ready for it to get back going.
Were you shocked with the Metcalf thing? Because I mean, we could talk about that. I was.
Yeah.
I was kinda-
I don't
was
know if I
shocked.
was. I was a little surprised. I mean, it was sick. I was over in Ireland when it happened. So
Ooh.
I got the notification on my phone and Jameson shots right away. Had to.
How was that? Was Ireland
I was
sick?
sick, man.
What were you doing in
Cubs.
Ireland? That's
The Steelers had me out for like doing some like promo stuff for the game, and then me and
That's
Jill stayed for a couple extra days, and yeah, man, it was.
Did you get to golf? Or was it
Nah,
cold?
I didn't golf. I never mind. It was a little chilly, but the Guinness over there is Guinness Jameson. The food's actually pretty good. A lot of red meat and potatoes, but it was good.
I feel like is Guinness. Is it the?
It's so much smoother over there.
Because I'm not a big Guinness guy.
Me neither.
Like
here.
when I drink Guinness here, like I'll have like 2 to 3. I'm like, I'm good. Like it's too heavy. But over there, like it was
Perfect.
perfect.
Mm.
You could drink it the whole night and not even. But they drink a lot over there, man. Like it's like, all right, like
They
I
say
need
a
a
wee
water.
little drink.
Like I'm talking like we're out to lunch, and then after it's like, hey, let's go get a pint. Like nah, I need a water.
Yeah.
We just went for 3 days straight.
And they would
Like,
they drink.
yeah. Like they don't do like it's not like, hey, let's go get like, I mean those are tea and stuff like that, but it's like, hey, before dinner, let's go get a Guinness.
What's something you like? Just something crazy you saw when you guys were out. This like.
Well, the
cultural-
rugby game was sick. Like I went to the rugby game. It was Ireland versus France, and it was like really big, really big game. It was like to win. It basically what it was like a 4 seasons for them over there.
Okay.
It was like in their break of like their club. So they had like a 6 Nations. I'm pretty sure they called it.
It's packed.
Packed, dude. It was sick. I mean, like just the environment of even like the national anthems for the France singing it and Ireland singing it, and just like the traditions. It was super cool.
Do you watch a rugby game and go, I could ball out in this?
Nah,
is
man.
that
I
a
mean,
bro,
it
that's
is impressive
different.
how like.
That's a
I
great
mean, the
question.
dudes are built, but
Yeah,
like it's impressive how like technical they are.
Yeah.
Like they're, I mean,
Tackling's incredible.
it's
There's not
impressive.
many
It's very
injuries,
impressive.
believe it
Yeah.
or not. Like they tackle with so much form.
Yep.
There's not many injuries.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear
No,
that all the time.
those guys are good. I like now I went to go see some American football over there, and that was
Oh really?
You're like,
How
I
was
could
that?
But it was
ball
cool
out there.
it was cool to see the game over there.
Yeah.
I know like the Roonies and
Yeah.
the NFL, they do a really good job of because we have the partnership and endorsement
Right.
stuff like that over there. So it was cool to see, just kind of what they've been doing, and it was cool. It was
How do you
cool.
all feel about playing overseas? Like, what's the vibe on that? Like, because it's already a
Great
hassle.
question.
You got to go to,
Yeah.
a different state across the country. Sometimes that's a bit of a nuisance. Like playing back to backs. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean,
on?
it's cool just because, I mean, I have family from Ireland, so it's
Okay.
cool to kind of like play in, especially Ireland. Like that's
Right.
that's sweet.
environment's gotta be
first game,
crazy.
the first game, NFL game in Ireland.
Yeah.
But it's basically just going like the West Coast. Really, obviously it's 5 hours ahead, but which is tough for the jet lag. But
So you guys aren't tripping about it.
I'm excited.
Cool.
That sounds great.
When do you think we'll leave for that?
I'm hoping like we play a home game
Tuesday?
Sunday, Monday night, Tuesday night. Have a nice little like couple days.
I feel like you have to.
What's the
We're
flight look
trying
like?
to go to
8 hours?
Flights like over there. I mean, from Boston it was like 5.5. So from Pittsburgh probably
that's
like
not bad.
6.5. And then coming home is longer because you don't have the tailwind.
Do they let y'all get acclimated over there? Like,
He would probably know. I don't. I
It all
would
depends
assume
on- it all
so.
I don't know. I'd assume it all depends on Coach T. And them.
that's crazy. 'Cause
It was
I
cool to hear what Coach T said about like the late great Dan Rooney and like how
He was the
he
ambassador.
he was the ambassador for Ireland and like how cool this is for
know
the
that.
organization.
I don't even know what that means. That's so cool. He's
Right.
he's just like is a.
Like, what does that
Like, he
mean?
could
Like, yeah,
just
what does
go
that
there and do
mean?
whatever.
Oh, he was the ambassador for Ireland for Obama. I'm pretty sure, right? President Obama. I think.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That is
it's
crazy.
crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Is that just a flex or what?
Yeah, it's a huge flex.
Yeah.
It's like you're representing the United States in another country.
Yeah.
Like
trying to
you're
get
that
that
man.
status, dude.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah,
right.
How do you get
There's
that
like,
status?
We just fuck with you so much.
Yeah.
But you're
Like,
just that guy.
You're one of us.
Yeah, I don't know. It was actually pretty
Rare
cool.
civilian in another country would be crazy.
I'm Greek. I am Greek and Italian.
I'm just hoping to see like Tomlin go over there and give like a speech in like some Irish accent or something like that. Like, could you imagine?
The accents
Tomlin?
over there are sick. though.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think McGregor will be at our game?
I don't know.
That would be sick
That'd
if
be
DY
cool.
could somehow
Get
link
McGregor over there.
McGregor in to come speak with us or speak to us.
That'd be-
Imagine him coming in there. And
I don't know if he
talking.
lives in Ireland.
What do you think he'd
Oh,
say?
he lives in Ireland. That's his. He'd probably be
Yeah, but-
like, "Well, I kill him."
He just said he was running for president over there, which I don't know how that.
He'll probably win. Actually, I think he has some felony charges.
Yeah,
that dude's
yeah,
out of
more-
his fucking mind.
It's Ireland. I don't think they care.
Doesn't matter.
I really
here.
don't think they care. I'm being for real. Like, I think he could do it.
Yeah, I
think
guess
our
it doesn't
president
matter here
currently has
either
some
because
charges.
Trump was a
Trump,
felon.
yeah.
Yep.
Answer this
I'm being-
question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like the spring game? They said that they wanted to do like a different team. Like, I think that was a really good idea. I heard it through like the grapevine. That,
Oh, for college.
Yeah, for college ball.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So they were trying to
It
do a
was
spring
Syracuse
game.
and Colorado, right?
Yeah.
I thought. I mean,
It got denied, didn't it?
Yeah, but
I think it's cool. I mean, what I've being back at Penn State from talking to like the coaches and stuff like that, the teams that make it far in the college football playoffs, they've changed like their whole winter workouts and spring ball just
Really?
because. I mean, they don't take practice away, but it's just hard because I mean they don't. It's almost like an NFL season for them. They played like what 17 games
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, that's a long
16,
time.
yeah.
16? Well, I mean,
yeah. It's
Because they played the Big Ten championship, they won 3 or 2 games in the college football playoffs. So like, I mean that's a lot of, especially in
That's a lot of
college.
ball, yeah.
Like,
How
so, like
mu-
they changed that stuff.
how much hitting is Penn State doing in spring ball too? Because they're playing they're hitting in spring ball.
They
Like,
have
we-
some live. I mean, they have some. When I was there, we'd go live scrimmages on Saturdays. But like depending on like who, like Saquon was not
Yeah.
getting fucking touched.
Yeah.
Like,
You weren't getting touched either.
honestly, I only had one spring ball. My freshman year, after my freshman year, because then we had COVID, and then I left
wow.
after my junior year.
Oh wow.
Oh,
You
snap.
got lucky.
You were just
then.
back
Oh,
there,
yeah,
right?
man.
For
Yeah, I was just
the,
back there
pro
before
day?
that. Yeah, it was
I
dope.
saw that
They
on
do a
Penn
lot of changes to facilities.
Is that kid gonna go 1 overall? Abdul Carter.
Dual, he'll probably go like 2, which I hope not. I hope he goes 3. Which I mean,
Well,
I
2
just don't want to see him
in
twice
our
a year
division? No,
completely,
I don't. Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good with
you
that.
have to deal with him.
I hope. I mean,
What-
it's
what
cool
a-
to go 2, but
What about the tight end? He's
Tyler, man, he's a dog.
Where's he from?
He's from Virginia. He's such a good dude, man. Like he just doesn't have social media. Just plays football.
Oh God, I
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
great
I love
dude.
that.
He's
Great
freaking-
dude.
That's
He's awesome.
Bobby Boucher right there, man.
Yeah,
Just
facts.
they were saying that I guess they put in an appeal to eliminate the tush push. Jess, I don't know if you read up on this or anything.
Yeah.
And then people were saying that they could just because Penn State was just direct snapping to
Yeah.
him, and he was literally
Jumping
jumping
over the line,
He was
yeah.
jumping 5 yards over the line.
Yeah.
he's
He played quarterback in
dog.
high school. So he was like a 3-star quarterback recruit, and then he was committed to Virginia Tech, and then he committed to Penn State for tight end. So he I was a junior when he was a freshman, and so it took him some time to develop, but like being a quarterback, like you understand
Yeah.
right.
concepts and where the weak spots are in the zones and stuff like that. So
I feel like
Yeah.
that's a very common quarterback to tight end.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I feel like that's a very
Absolutely.
common
Body
thing.
types are
Yeah.
like
Did anybody watch that national championship? Not to change the subject, the national championship last night.
yeah.
That was
did
one
it.
of the best basketball games I've
I heard
watched.
it's pretty
Yeah.
It was
good.
great.
I heard it's pretty
Man.
good.
Rough ending, but
Rough ending. I
Yeah.
feel bad for that kid. Sheed. He had the turnover off the knee, and then
Yeah.
that was tough.
give
But
him some advice, dude.
oh man, I have no jumper. I mean, I have one of the best. I probably have one of the
No, I
best
meant lift
jumpers.
him up.
Oh yeah, I mean
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He's
He'll
going to
be
be
fine.
playing in the NBA. He's going to be good. That NBA money's a little different,
Oh yeah.
big time different.
Big different.
Big difference, all guaranteed.
But
Yeah.
that Houston team, Florida's loaded.
It was
Florida's-
cool to see the Houston aspect of it. It was cool to see those like older guys who like
Just pull together.
stood with the program and like been through it. Like that guy who's a 6-year, I forget his name.
Pryor,
Yeah, the big guy.
Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like him just like hitting those 2 free throws to send his team to the national championship. Man, like that was sweet. Like
Yeah.
it just shows like just as much as college sports is about the money now. It shows like how like if you stay through adversity, like how what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're gonna prosper. Your team's gonna be better, and
Yeah.
Houston's and I love what Kelvin Sampson, their coach. I love him.
He's no bullshit. He's like the Tom Izzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rick
100%.
Pitino, Cal, like
Tough.
those old
Super
school
tough.
tough. Like, and it's okay. Like he's gonna get on. Like it's cool to get
Get on
see
your
him
ass.
coach hard, get on your ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
You
you,
know what I mean?
guys
It's
hear
not-
about like how they train and all that, like
Yeah,
that
they
coach.
die for the ball.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They're not even shooting. They'll put a block of wood over the rim, so the game is to get 21 points, but rebounds only. Like
Oh, that's
just
sweet.
they're doing all the
like
things
that.
that people aren't. They're overlooking the league. It's all about the shots and everything, and it's all just like
That game would be for
raw
me.
potential. Yeah, right.
This is straight
As soon as you
rebounds.
said it's only rebounds, I looked over. He made eye contact with me. Let's make that
As soon as you said there was a block over the rim,
Right.
like that.
You had no jumper.
No, I wasn't much of a shooter. I'm not gonna lie. We did do a lot of those. We did do like Coach McConnell, obviously legendary Whippeal coach. He would have us do similar things. Like we would not score. There would be no rules, no fouls called. Like you were fighting to the death.
I like that.
And then
though.
you just stay. Whoever got the rebound, you outletted, and then you stayed in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I was eating in this.
Yeah.
But
I
that
just-
shows. That shows. You see it in comparison to NIL.
Right.
In comparison to guys who stay and really work hard, right? Like a lot of those NIL kids, like they don't want to go to war with somebody who's really out there with a dog fight, right? And there's nothing against Duke or anybody that they played last night, even though they didn't win last night. Like when they played Duke, they were down against Duke and they came back within 20 seconds, 30 seconds. It was something
Like
crazy.
a minute
That was
14,
wild.
they were down 7, I think. and-
Yeah,
That
bro.
was wild.
So like that right there, it shows you like what type of culture that coach is building over there. Like that's a real genuine dog eat dog culture. If you can come back like that and not sweat,
Yeah.
not let up.
What about the women's college hoops? You see that they're all staying in. They're all going to stay in college. I would too.
Yeah.
UConn was fucking
Oh, yeah.
filthy.
unbelievable. Paige Beckers
12
is
national championships.
That's
mean,
crazy.
I was reading something that if you're a draft pick in the WNBA, like a first rounder, you're getting your salary $75,000 or something.
Yeah, I thought Caitlin Clark was making like 750,000, something like that.
But then there's girls in college that are making millions. So why wouldn't girls college basketball is better than the WNBA?
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
That's so screwed up.
It's so screwed up.
It's the
Yeah.
truth, though.
Like,
seriously.
I mean, I guess the salaries are one thing, but like they're still making those brand deals when they come to the
Yep.
league, right? So they make more money when they just
Well, not all of them.
Not all.
Right.
Right.
Like the top
Yeah.
dogs are gonna make the marketing money.
There you
Right.
go.
But
yeah,
like,
of course. But
Yeah,
are the ones that aren't the top dogs in college making much off NIL?
Probably not.
probably not.
So
Yeah, you're
like,
right. No, you're right. Absolutely.
What
I mean, I'm for women's sports. Like, I'm not trying to like.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
but they
no,
definitely.
I feel like it does even out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what do you think that they need to do for this? Because I hear they like the WNBA hemorrhages money. So the comparison of the best WNBA player compared to the worst guy in the NBA, the money's so different because they're just not generating that money. The NBA or the WNBA cannot afford to pay that. So is it? I thought of this like years ago and maybe have heard it, but almost putting the WNBA games on the same day as actual NBA games, like if that actually lines up, like
Well, it
what
works in
do they
college.
do?
It works in college. If you go to like,
right.
I mean,
That is
I
true.
went to a lot of women's games in college because the men were playing right after, and it's not because one or the other. It's just easy when you have two
Yeah.
games back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Yeah, if you play the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark before you put Halliburton and the
Right.
Pacers out
That'd
there,
be pretty damn cool.
That'd be
No, that
pretty
is
cool.
actually pretty cool. That is a pretty cool idea.
that would
That'd
be a great
And
idea.
you become a fan because when
Yeah.
you're watching them, like
Yeah.
it's
They do play some really good basketball.
Really good
Right.
Really
basketball.
good basketball.
Specifically, I'm not going to talk about the olden days. I don't really know them that well. But right now, girls basketball, bro, like their talent is remarkable. These girls, their crossover,
marketing issue,
hesitation.
Yeah.
But I do believe whatever they did when Caitlin Clark played in college that year as a collective, because Caitlin Clark was behind Paige Beckers before she got hurt,
Yep.
like in terms of like notoriety. Then out of nowhere, her name just exploded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whoever was in charge of marketing for that NCAA tournament should also be in charge of marketing for the WNBA. And the reason why I say that, bro, is because
agree.
like basketball is not like football. Like we're trying to become a world sport. Basketball is a
It's a
world
world sport,
sport.
yeah.
And there's a lot of females around the world who play
Yep.
basketball. They're just not tapping into that
Mm-hmm.
that industry over there. Like NBA, the reason why a lot of their money is guaranteed because the world watches the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Only Americans watch football. You feel me? So it's like when you have that market and you have females who are in that market for the WNBA, that just tells me that somebody's not tapping into that other market to get more money. Because the reason why they're allowed to get guaranteed money is because
Yeah.
you're a world sport. There's different types of economy coming into just your sport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
good point.
it is. I feel
Solved
like
women's basketball here on the podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
One of my best friends is a high school coach here in the Whippeal, and he said that he watches a ton of college women's basketball because he gets a lot of his sets and a lot of plays because the girls run like the sets that Gino
Auriemma.
yeah, the sets that they run, UConn runs just to get like Paige Becker's a little like curling off a screen to get her a touch, like mid-range jumper. Like the looks that college girls get are incredible.
Yeah.
Because like NBA, by the time they get across half court, they got 16 seconds.
Yeah.
You got 16
One-on-one.
seconds, one pass, a screen, roll, pick, boom, bucket. So it's like the game is a little bit different in a sense of they're running way more plays and way more sets. So it's skilled.
Yeah.
It's still skilled. Let's get back onto the football topic. What's this offseason look for you as in a sense of like what do you want to work on? I mean, I know you're pretty detailed with your shit,
Yeah.
so I know you don't got to give too much away, but like what for you is like a point that stands out where you're like, yeah, I need to work on that.
I think the biggest thing is just making people miss in the open field. Yeah, I think that was the biggest takeaway from later in the year last year. Just being able to catch the ball on the fly, make a person miss, and take it from 3 to 12, and I've done that. So just
Yeah.
locking in and figuring it out.
Who's your favorite team to play against? Cincy.
Yeah,
They run Tampa too. I mean, everyone knows it.
I love playing against Cincy, man. I don't know why. Like
You eat against Cincy.
I love. Yeah,
That game in Cincy 2 years ago.
yeah,
Penny.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys were. They were the first
I
play.
saw
I'll
it,
never
yeah.
forget that first play. A little play
Right down the
action,
middle.
shoom, and you were just like, that was
Yeah.
like, I was like, go.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like playing against Cincy, man. I like the division games are always fun because you get that like competitiveness.
Yeah,
I feel like that one, like, I could be wrong, but I think the last time you were in here, you said something about there was a play you wish you had back, like on the sideline. You were like, I wish I could have made him miss and get him. I don't know if like that's just something you've been saying since that play or whatever, but how do you like change up your workout routine to like make people miss? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's just a lot of reactionary stuff. I think, in the past, when I'm running routes, it was more so focused on the routes, catching the ball and, just kind of finishing off. But I've taken a lot of more so like cutting it, like changing where I'm focusing my, where I'm getting better. Like I've cut down like the top. I've just done the top of the route, catching the ball, and my trainer will, have a bag. I'll make a miss, make a move. So it's more so focused on the end part of it than the beginning part of the route. And it's just obviously I still do my releases and run routes and stuff like that. It's just more so top of the route, catch the ball, get north and south, make a move. So it's a lot of reactionary stuff.
Love that.
Yeah, so I got a question. So with you guys going into the season this far, obviously the quarterback thing is still up in the air a little bit. I know Mason's back, and there's a solid guy with that. My question is, when going in this far, there's obviously an identity the Steelers have, and there's obviously an identity that the quarterback has. As you're waiting for something like this to happen, are you expecting that whenever the quarterback situation gets solidified, things will be implemented and changed last minute where you guys have to learn that on the fly? Like, is there an angst towards that of like being like, okay, I know we got this playbook that we run with the Steelers, right? And insert whatever name, Steelers fans know who's on the radar, but if somebody like that were to come in, there's obviously going to be plays implemented for them. Like, is that something that you guys have to learn on the fly, or is it overridden by the Steelers playbook? Like, who kind of, or does that develop over the year?
I'd like to think that like, whoever we get, or, with if it's Mason, I'm comfortable with whoever, man. And, I think it's more so based off what that quarterback was good in the past.
Right.
And blending it with, Art's scheme. I think we did that with Russ and Art, and again, I'm not in those meetings. I think like every quarterback has something that they're really good at. Ben was really good at
everything.
But like something that I had to get used to quickly, and I think it's helped me throughout my career being able to adjust to a quarterback because Ben had his routine and had what he did, and so like if he had his signals for however many years. So if he and I had to learn them from him. Like he's not changing it for me.
Exactly.
So it was cool to like be in those situations, the OTAs and training camp of, he sees a look, he gives me a signal, and I break off my route to a different route. Yeah. Every quarterback has that. What they like, what they see, versus certain looks and stuff like that. So that's for Art and whoever the quarterback is to decide. Right. But like it's cool. Like if you really love the game of football, like it's cool to like sit back and be like, well, shit, like. Yeah. I played with Ben, and he had his things, and I can talk about that. Played with Russ, he had his things. I can talk about that.
Some legends, yeah.
Yeah, so like whoever we get, like if it's Aaron, like whoever it is, even Mason, like Mason has his things, like Aaron has his things. It's gonna be cool to learn from all these guys. So it just I just take it and embrace it, just to kind of understand more of the game of football because everyone sees it a different way.
So it's like a 75-25 almost, where this is your standard playbook, and then depending on who you get in, whether it could be Kirk Cousins, who knows? Like, there's a lot of names, and so when somebody like that comes in, then you have to know, okay, we have this 75% standard playbook. We're probably going to run most of these, but I have to be flexible, knowing that whoever comes in the door, we're probably going to have to implement some of their plays, their golden like moments where they can really like flex on that.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. It's not like Art has his scheme, his system,
right? Okay,
and that's for Art to decide. That's whoever the quarterback, Art, whoever to decide what gets added from that person's past experiences. But like it's Art's scheme. Like no one's just gonna come in and freaking just change the whole playbook.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of more so like
coaches adjusting.
Exactly.
Yeah, coaches adjusting to the quarterback. That's I feel like that's a big part of coaching.
You don't see that though.
Adjusting to your players.
Right.
And the coaches that I feel like fall off or aren't as successful as some of these guys, like Coach T, Bill Belichick, are. The coaches that don't adjust to their quarterback and they're just like stubborn in their ways, almost. So
it's almost like a coach. Like if you have a really good deep ball threat,
yes,
then why you're gonna obviously as a coach play into that. Why are you gonna have your deep ball threat run, choice routes? That's not what they're like. It's not what they're good. Like use your person. And I think we do that a really good job for that.
Yeah, no, we do, and we have some deep ball threats.
Yeah, we definitely have some deep ball threats.
Definitely,
which would be good for me.
I'm actually excited, but I do want to talk about a specific subject that I think everybody here does have a love for the game of football, but I don't believe we actually know why y'all love football the way that you love football. Like, for me, I love football because it was a chance for me to get out my anger, right, without getting in trouble, you know what I'm saying, and be able to actually enjoy playing with my friends, you know what I'm saying? But now y'all are grown-ass men still getting to play a kid's game, which is a blessing and a half, you know what I mean? But why do y'all love football?
I don't think I know any better. Like, dude, we've been playing football our whole lives. Like, it's not so much about like the game itself. It's about just like the locker room and, you know, those guys that you win with. When you win, like, dude, there's nothing like winning a game, especially in the NFL. It's so hard to win a single game. Like, when you win a game, it's like the best feeling ever. Like, everything goes out the window. Like, you win a game, you're on to the next. You lose, everything gets highlighted. Everything's, you know, kind of shitty on Monday. Everything's shitty on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday rolls around, it's like in the NFL, if you're not over that, you're just going to lose. You're going to continue to lose. So I feel like the love for me comes from, like, the camaraderie and, like, the guys and winning with the guys. And the guys that want to win and, like, pour into it are, like, the dudes that you want to be around and want to win. And we do, like, I know I say this a ton, but we do have a ton of guys in this locker room that, like, care and want to win. Like, you know, we get a ton of backlash. Oh, we haven't won a playoff game, whatever it is. But, like, you don't think we want to win a playoff? You don't think we want to win way more than any fan wants us to win? Like, you know, that's our livelihoods. So it sucks to get the backlash and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like, we're in this business. We chose this business. And we love it. So, like, you know, you're gonna stand in the kitchen, like, you're gonna get warm a little bit. So it's like, who can withstand it? But
I love it for two reasons. I love, first aspect is I love competing. I've always been a competitor. You know, growing up, like, my uncle was a football coach. Like, my cousin was a football coach. My brother played football. Like, everyone in my family played football. So it was just kind of like what you did. You know, I was fortunate enough to make it this far, but just being able to go out there every single day and compete, it's like being a little kid. Like, I just kind of take everything and compartmentalize it to just, you know, it's like playing in the backyard. Like, when I was younger, I was shooting hoops, and we had a basketball court and a little outdoor yard, and I would be out there imagining, you know, going against all the top guys in the NFL. Like, it was just, and now being in that situation, like, I always think about competing for that kid that is doing the same thing that I was doing. You know what I mean? So, like, that's one of the main reasons why I keep going. And the second thing is, like Christian said, like, being a part of a locker room, man, it's nothing like that ever, wherever. And it's like, there's guys in the locker room that I would never cross paths with if I wasn't in a football locker room. And just seeing guys where they come from, you know, the struggles they go through, the high points they go through, being able to experience it with them. You know, I get super excited when, you know, a guy's having a, you know, tough stretch of games. You know, he's getting a lot of heat in the media, and then he comes out and he freaking balls out. And like that, just seeing guys handle adversity and go through things as a team, it's just it's so fun. And, like, you know, the shitty times are shitty now. Yeah. But, like, you know, you work for, you know, the top of the moments. Like, nothing better than, you know, we beat in Washington. In that locker room after the game, man, just those locker rooms after beating a division team, after beating Cleveland at home, like, man, it's just so fun to be a part of guys because we put so much into it. Yeah. And so, like, that's by far the best part.
100%. And you said, like, you wouldn't cross paths with probably 90% of the people in the locker room. And the fact that we have, like, 2 international players on our team, Julius, who's on the pod, he's phenomenal, Ayo, and then we have a Harvard, you know, Champ.
Yeah, Champ.
Champ's from Harvard. Like, we got a guy from Harvard. You got guys from everywhere. It's like, you never know where these. If you're good enough, they're gonna find you. And it's cool to cross paths and kind of, you know, ask these guys, like, you're from Harvard. Like, what was that like playing in the Ivy League?
Right.
Like, it just different conversations you have makes you appreciate, like, just being in that locker room. And that's kind of it's honestly the best part about the NFL.
I always said, like, if everyone in the world got to experience what it's like being in a college sport locker room, I'm sure it's not just football, it's every locker room.
Yeah.
If everyone in the world could experience being in a locker room, the world would be a better place.
Oh my goodness. 100%.
Because you, like, there's no divide. It's everyone coming for a common goal and having each other's back, man. It's man. And especially in a locker room like Coach T's, like that locker room, like, we got guys like Cam, TJ, Mink, who's been here. Like, I mean, I'm going on year 5. Like, just seeing guys like develop is like the coolest part of it. So yeah.
Has it been?
I
Go,
just want to
Jess.
say I think that's super interesting because I think a lot of times like the athletes they get lumped into like the jocks or like muscle dummies and shit like that, and it's just so crazy because what do you hear from every single athlete that's like renowned across the board? It's always about the family, the brotherhood, the locker room. It's always that. It's never like lighting up somebody on the field or making a crazy play. Those things are all great, but when you hear people that like miss the league and everything, it's missing like the family, the actual camaraderie. And I think far too often it's like these guys just suit up and they, just want to hit each other and get paid. It's like real. And I commend you guys for also, going through these times of people getting traded, released, retiring, new people coming in. It's like losing your best. Like if somebody was at work and their best friend's gone, that's a lot, and people just expect that to be just normal for you guys. I just candidly, like, I saw a lot of the Steeler posts of, Naj and yourself. Like that's got to be tough, and
man.
you got to just move on
right
to
there.
the next thing, and you're gonna support Naj from like a distance, and it's all love, but. Shit, that's got to be tough. I don't know if you want to speak on that, but I know that was your boy, and I'm sure Christian has a relationship too. But
Dan Moore too. I mean, I know we talked about it.
Yeah.
Pat's the lone standing draft pick.
Now Laudermilk resigned, so
Milk's back. Okay,
but yeah, man, like me and Naj, like we were like wicked close. Like he come over every single week for dinner. Joe cook us dinner and stuff. So like just not having that routine and tradition and stuff. Like sitting on the plane after a tough loss, talking to him, venting. Experiencing the highs and the lows. Like, me and him both experienced a lot of highs and lows so far in our career. And so, like, just going through that with him, it's going to be tough. But, like, I'm happy for him and his new opportunity. Now, I didn't agree with the way he went out. But, and I called him about it. We talked. But, like, hey, man, like, that's not it. It's,
that's funny
every guy's different.
Every guy's different. But, like, listen, I love Naj, man. He's one of my best friends. And, I'm excited for the opportunity he has, but when we play LA this year,
he's going to be running hard.
He's going to be running hard, but we're going to be hitting him harder. I'm yelling at his ass from the sideline.
Hey, I love that.
There.
And I'll promise you, he will be talking back.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love it.
Because he's an ultimate competitor.
Yeah.
Like when he gets going, get out of the way.
He was such a beast. I can't even believe there was any sort of question towards him. Bro comes into the league, rushes for 1,000 yards
every year,
every single year, and people are still like, "Oh, like is he?"
Welcome to Pittsburgh,
what are
Jesse.
we talking about, bro?
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Jesse.
God, I get it. Like I know how we are, but it's crazy. But no, I appreciate you sharing that because I think those things you guys get paid enough. Like you get paid for that shit. You know what it is. Okay, it's like that's
nice,
real family.
It's nice,
it's nice.
I'm not gonna remember. Oh, Christian, that was a hell of a snap, dude. But I'm always gonna remember the times like working out with him and like going to practice and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like TJ, best D end in the league. Yeah, I'm gonna remember some of his sacks, obviously, like to help win us the game. But like, I'm gonna miss seeing him work every single day.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's not leaving, but like when whatever happens, like he's not seeing him work every single day and like how he works as one of the greats as he is in the locker room, like that's the stuff you're gonna miss the most.
Yeah. I feel like that right there is what people don't really understand is that true, genuine brotherhood. Like even though that's your homeboy and that's your homeboy and he's going to a different team, like you're still going texting. You can't wait to play him to talk shit to him as if you're playing Madden against each other. You know what I mean? So like that type of shit, like it's hard to even explain like the happiness you get when you see your teammate on another team. Like I couldn't wait to see you, brother. It's been a minute since I've seen you. You know what I mean? So like that type of stuff, guys. Like I commend you guys for still being able to have that locker room, bro. Because like the real world sucks, bro. You don't get that locker room anywhere.
No,
like you just don't. It doesn't exist nowhere.
It doesn't happen like the 9-to-5 office world.
Used to a degree. You feel me? A little bit here and there.
Oh man, no, that is great. I don't even know. I want to talk about Dan Moore because I'm so happy for Dan Moore. Dan went out.
So happy for him, man.
Dan went out and got absolutely paid, and he was the guy that was in. I guess I can consider myself in that draft. I wasn't drafted, but I was in your.
You were in our draft, right? So it's you, me, and Milk.
Yeah, I was.
But man, talk about a guy who like.
That's-
Dan Moore was he never missed a game, right? I'm pretty sure he never missed a game.
Yep.
He started left tackle as a rookie. He worked his ass off got better every single year.
He did.
And like he put it on the line for Pittsburgh, for our team, like every single day, worked his ass off, never complained, like highs and lows, just like me and Naj, and like seeing him like get paid what he did.
Incredible.
And let's be honest, we are like one of the best divisions of TJ, Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett. He got faced Trey and Myles 4 times a year, and the Ravens got like some legit dudes too.
Van Noy,
Dafe and Van Noy, like they're legit respectable DNs. So like going against those guys 6 times a year, like probably 30 pass rush snaps every single game. Like, yeah, you're gonna get beat some. Like that's the NFL. But like he was ultimate competitor. He showed up every single day, worked his ass off, and like I just hope that like people appreciate what he was to this organization because I mean, we drafted Broderick, we drafted Troy. Back-to-back years, like that's hard for anyone to go through. And he showed up every single day, never asked questions, worked harder. Like that's a guy that listen, come on, how do you not root for a guy like that?
100%. Right. And you talked about like seeing TJ work, and that's like one of the coolest things is seeing, these guys that are like unbelievable at their craft in there, the same routine, same stuff, and then like there's no question marks on why it's happening on the field because you see it every day. And Dan Moore was one of them. Like. The specialists, obviously, we don't have to do offense and defensive meetings. Like, we break special teams. These guys go to their meetings, and we'll be in the weight room getting our lift in and stuff. And Dan Moore, every day was doing his mobility, his ankle work, his footwork. Like, just to see that stuff, it makes sense why he got paid.
Right,
yeah.
And I know he got a backlash here, but like he said, like, dude, you're playing against Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett. You're practicing against TJ. Baltimore has some unreal rushes, unreal
Kansas
defense.
City does.
Yeah, everybody that
Philly does. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously you got to show up and play yourself. Like, you can't just, you know what I mean? But like, legit situations, man.
That's one of my favorite things to watch is it happens in college when guys get the scholarships, and then in the league, watching you guys see your boys get paid, knowing how much they work. A lot of people think as soon as you put on the pads and the helmet, you're instantly like balling out, have all the money in the world. But I think it's so cool to watch a guy like that, or just in general, somebody get paid and know in that moment, like a whole generation of people are changed instantly.
Yeah.
And it's such an instantaneous, it's such an instant change that you guys know what it all takes, and you know how many people fail at it.
Yeah.
And how many people were working even maybe harder sometimes. But now you get to see somebody like actually really put on for like their family, like the city, the money that this stuff brings into, we're going to have the draft here in Pittsburgh soon. Like that's going to be crazy. And, watching just the impact that sports has. I've always been, an advocate for that because it's not just you guys out there running around playing. It is, but you're also having such an impact that, it saves people's lives. I don't know. And I know I don't want to go off too much of a topic here, but Jaron Duran, I don't know if you know who he is. So he's plays for the Red Sox. Did you hear about this story? So recently, he's been killing it. He's a very good player, and he had an instance where he was getting booed by all the fans. Go back to AAA or whatever, and he was going to kill himself. And he had the rifle loaded and everything, and it clicked and never went off. And from there, he went and pursued his life, knowing that there's a reason why. He had no idea why it didn't go off, and he ended up obviously like fighting through it, and now he's changing his life, changing other people's lives, and like really like building all from just these moments, this little sport that we always just kind of belittle all the time. Those moments, like how many people is that going to impact? Like how many men are like going through shit like that on the back end of things that nobody talks about or cares about?
Right.
And that's now on a platform for a superhero like athlete that kids are going to say, well, maybe I should be here too. And if it saves one person, that's what
winning.
it's about.
You're winning. You're winning big time.
It takes a lot of courage for him to do that, man. I was reading the article too, man. It was
crazy.
It was a very well written, described, talked article, and man, like.
So the gun didn't go off.
No.
Didn't go off. No.
And he's playing for what position? You have to send me this.
He's
article.
outfielder.
Right field, center field, something like that.
Yeah. He's actually did some cleats for him. So not like with somebody, it's through a whole situation. But that's why he was on my radar for it. And then I seen that, and I was like,
he's going to be biased with this question. But if you had to pick one baseball team to play for, who would you pick? Obviously, he's picking the Red Sox.
I'm saying the Yankees.
You're going Yanks?
I'm going to Yanks just because he's Boston.
You're trying to get paid. Vinny's like, I'm going to play for the Pirates.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, probably the Pirates, just because like I don't know any other programs like that. I've only been to the Pirates. Like I've never been to another MLB game.
You gotta go to Fenway, man.
Fenway's incredible. I was
Fenway's
at a
sick.
game at Fenway. It's remarkable.
Yeah, maybe Savannah Bananas.
That
Man,
would be
get
fun.
That actually would be fun as heck, though.
Yeah.
They're entertaining.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, dude.
They are entertaining. I will give it to the Savannah Bananas.
A bat could be like a.
Some of their clips are
paintbrush
hilarious.
shape.
Their clips
That'd
are
be cool.
incredible. Those guys are ultra
They were doing like
talented.
backflips and like
Yeah.
They have
it was
fun.
pretty
They're
impressive.
so talented. People don't understand, dude.
Dude,
they really
do
are,
you
dude.
understand like what it takes to field a ground
Yeah,
ball,
bro.
bounce it in between your legs,
And
and
then
throw
throw
a
it?
guy
Yeah,
out?
that's
Yeah.
pretty-
Do you know how hard that is?
No, that's
Like
pretty
it's
impressive.
insane. So
Impressive.
yeah, shout out to them.
I'm starting to think that a lot of those guys had to have been like on track to make the MLB or AAA, AA.
Yeah,
like,
something
for
like that.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the whole point too. How many people, and you guys would know this, there are star freak athletes walking around at the grocery store checking people out at like just chilling. I mean, we got our boy Trey over here. Like he could still probably
Bro,
run
listen,
a 4.4.
I'm telling you right now, I'm a dog. I don't care what nobody got to say. Put the cleats on. What's
Hell
up?
yeah.
Yeah, but I say open up more leagues for like people to have even more fun.
Now
and
wait,
do those
Jesse,
things.
Jesse, we talking contact football. Your old ass ain't getting out there unless your insurance is hitting. You ain't putting them things back
37U,
on.
baby. 37U.
You guys remember a couple years ago when that dude dressed up like Troy Polamalu?
Polamalu.
Like that's gonna be
Yeah.
me and Trey at camp this year, dude.
Dude,
Come on.
Don't let me test drive it. I will go out there and go crazy.
that was hilarious when that guy dressed. He was on the field.
I
know.
They said he was on the field.
Yeah, what was that like for you guys? Did you?
I don't think we were here.
No,
we
I
weren't-
know, yeah.
we weren't here.
But that was that was that long.
Oh
ago,
yeah,
huh?
because we didn't play with Troy,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
but I don't think Troy was here.
No,
I think he was just
it was
wearing.
like I think it was
43.
our rookie year.
Oh, it
But
was.
that guy does that. Like, he wears that stuff everywhere. Like
Really?
I seen him at games where Troy Palmer.
The best is the guy that's dressed in full blown TJ helmet, jersey.
this is
He has the
hilarious.
arm sleeve on, like he looks like TJ from afar.
I think
That's
I'm doing
crazy.
shoes
Oh
for that
damn!
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But
No, he doesn't look like from afar. And it's funny because guys will be like, Christian, what are you doing in the stands? I'm like, come on.
that would be Chris. If he wasn't on the team, that would be Christian.
I would never dress up like another grown ass man and root for him. All right.
What?
Yeah, actually, I would probably. If it was TJ, I'd be like, get the sack.
Do you guys still have those guys standing outside the facility?
Yeah.
They still stand there for hours waiting for y'all?
With the intercom?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there.
Oh, man.
He's He's
Good
out
dude.
there. He's doing his thing.
He's a
You
good
know,
dude, man. I've talked to him a couple times.
Hey, that's public property. I mean, he's allowed to do his thing, and he lets guys know. You know,
Listen, if they show up for that, I want to bring pros versus Joes back. Get them on the field. Let's play. Remember that?
dude,
Yes,
I would love pros versus
Great.
Joes.
So good.
Speaking of that, did you see? Not to change the subject again, but DeChambeau was catching a pass and he got hurt.
I saw that.
Right.
Yeah,
He
but
got-
it was by Stafford.
Stafford fired that thing.
Yeah. Is he playing the Masters this weekend?
No, his chest is hurt.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Dude, he's not playing in the Masters because his chest is hurt. And I don't know if it's people are saying on Twitter or X that it's from Stafford. Like Stafford rifled this ball. Like I don't know. Is that dude? Was that a normal throw or was he trying to like really gas?
I
it?
mean, like
he was gassing it.
he was gassing it, but like that could happen in a game. Like you know.
Yo, for
That shit
sure.
was- Like, dude.
I need surgery on my
When they
left
got to
hand because
get it
of
in there, dude, he fired this ball. It hit DeChambeau right in the sternum, and like you heard it through the camera.
Now, here's the thing, though. Like, for quarterbacks, sometimes, bro, I don't always think they know how hard they're throwing it because,
Bro.
like, in real life, like, it's just a flip of their hips and that ball is moving. So, like,
yeah.
if he's not a natural receiver or he hasn't caught a football in a long time, I don't care who you
Yeah,
are.
you're right.
Either you're going to break a thumb, you're going to get hit in the chest. Like, because of Kenny Pickett, I have torn ligaments in my left thumb. Like, I still haven't gotten repaired. So, like,
Nah, Kenny could sling.
Kenny could throw it. Yeah, it is interesting. The pros versus Joes.
Oh, I would love it, dude.
Yeah, let's bring that back.
I like nothing
Christian
was
Kuntz
more
version.
exciting to see. Just because, again, it's like the fans are like, "Oh, I could do really? Oh, you could do that?"
Bro, let's bring it back on this channel. Like we just need a football field and some equipment.
Just
Go over
Kuntz,
to
Future high
Pine
school
Mission.
boys.
Kuntz versus Joes.
Yes.
Kuntz
It'd
versus
be like
Joes.
a Joe versus Joe.
Wanna would be funny though if Christian was like, I could be like a DN or like a tight end.
See,
And,
that
like
would be
someone
cool.
should lock them up.
You saw I was practicing some release. We did some running yesterday after our workout.
His releases were looking fire.
for real?
Dude, I was
They were good. They were good. They were good.
I was like stacking them up,
the camera's
working the
getting
rip,
shot.
like everything, getting back in line. Like I know.
Show me how you rip through.
I kind of just did like a.
Yeah, but the thing was,
jab.
check, he came up.
That's what I'm saying. So
Oh,
I see
yeah,
this
yeah.
right here.
He was like, I'm like, dog.
Yeah,
What's going to happen?
yeah, especially how Joey's looking right now.
Yeah. Joey comes in.
Joey is looking jacked as hell right
Jacked.
now.
For real?
Yeah.
Peasy, yes.
Stronger than he's ever
He's
looked.
coming in with him.
Yes,
That's
some vengeance.
Some pops and some sun work.
Yeah.
I mean, they get after it.
I like it, though.
Biceps curls every day.
Yeah, Joey.
Shoulders. He's looking good. He's
Joey
looking big.
looks like it. Yeah, he's
No,
born
he's
in the
coming back.
lab.
He's
I love to hear that.
That makes me happy.
Joey's
That's
ready to
awesome.
roll, man.
Yeah.
Joey's ready to roll.
Let's go.
We're gonna have a good year this year, Pat. I want to thank you for coming in. I know I won't keep you too long, even though we could dice it up here forever. But
Dude, you gotta let him know about the draft.
oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
bu-
yeah.
What,
we're
you
doing this
compete- you
podcast.
competing with
No,
Cams?
no, we can't.
Uh-oh.
This is no competition. This is
Let's talk about how you feel about that. Whose podcast is better? You think? Let's be honest.
well,
No, I'm asking. Look at him.
I don't.
I've been on both. So like, I'm staying out of it.
There's no competition. This is a friend. Cam influenced me to start my pod
Okay, so yeah, okay.
through.
So that's Big Bro.
That's Connor's big brother.
Great answer.
But Cam influenced me to start my pod because he started his. I was a guest on his, and
Both podcasts are great.
yeah. And Cam is on a national scale where he's getting like freaking Adam Ray, and
Rich Eisen.
Like he has had
Crazy
some
guests.
absolute crazy guests. I mean, like I got to ask Lil Wayne a question. He had Lil Wayne on his podcast.
So who are we getting for you?
Whoever. I mean, we're open. We're open. We're an open
We're
book
open for
here.
business.
We're open for business.
Yeah,
we're an
we're
open
working on
book. I mean, it would cool to have Wiz Khalifa in here.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just I don't know if this is smoker friendly, but
That would be
Shit.
sweet.
we could
I'm
figure it
wearing
out.
glasses.
I'll be right here with you.
All right. He's on my prospect list. So when he's in Pittsburgh, hopefully we could get him in here. But we'll have to maybe cut the fire alarms.
Yeah, we'll come.
We got fans.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
worried about it.
All right,
Figure
cool.
it out.
But yeah, they'll be pissed over at the other side.
Not
They'll
our
be like,
problem.
it smells like skunk in here.
You could get that would be fucking fire.
That'd be great.
Wiz Khalifa. You should get Sticks. You know, really?
Oh yeah, they were at
They
Renegade.
say Randy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I should get
Oh,
sticks.
wow, that would be crazy.
That
That'd
would
be
be
sick,
crazy.
man.
I want to get Brett Michaels.
That would also
You
be
can do it.
good.
He is a camper.
Yeah.
You should do that camp.
I know. So I saw him last year. Got a chance to meet him. Got a picture. Cool as hell. Rock star. I think I asked him like, "What was the best party you've ever been to?" And he like looked at me. He's like, "Huh, too many to even remember." Like
That era was a
life.
different era.
Oh,
though.
that guy
No
was-
phones. It was really active.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he was partying. But Pat, thank you, boys,
Appreciate
as
it.
always.
Boys,
I
appreciate
appreciate it. Season 1, episode 39. Minka Fitzpatrick. Wow,
Wow.
is that it? 39.
Yeah.
It's episode. Wow.
39. You were on episode like 4,
3 or 4, 6.
6. He was.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Welcome back,
Six.
It's
man.
one of our better hitting episodes with
Hell
Pat.
yeah.
So
Crushed
I
it.
appreciate it. Penn State legend, Boston Globe.
Player of the year.
Call him-
Basketball too.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I was going to call you a beat writer for the Boston Globe. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, re-exit.
That's